At least coming together and, being focused like that and moving on, so everything. So thank you for being loving and patient with us. We're getting more used to that.
Well, we thank you for allowing us to be who we are. And when we got a little vocal, y'all were cool about that. Because there is a need for the yang to yang itself. You understand what I'm saying? So when we get a little loud, it's not that we're trying to be loud. We just have to let all that testosterone manifest itself. Thank you. Can you feel the love? Praise God. Sister Dr. Jewel, now we're going to get to purpose. Oh, one thing before Dr. Jewel, I'm going to ask in her name as well as my own, and for the benefit of all that are here, someone have the courage to ask what may be considered the stupid question. Don't edit. There is no such thing as a stupid question. If you have something to ask that sincerely comes up in your mind, ask it. Sometimes we get in conferences and we start going through, God, I can't ask that. Everybody repeat where I'm at. Nonsense. We're all here to learn. And I say we are all here to learn because we're trying to be channels so that the light can come through us and in the process not only come to you but return so that we can see what we need to see. Okay? Are you with that? Thank you.
Thank you. I'd just like to share with you clearly, you and I, from a scientific and a mundane and also from a divine level, have come together today. The purpose for our coming together today is the understanding to be shared of how being the center of your universe determines the quality of your life on this planet. All relationships are predicated on who you are and what your reason is for being in this earth dimension. Today, we are praying that you will gain a greater insight into the anatomy of being human and how this relates to the laws that govern not only planet Earth, but your entire universe. You will begin to see all and how this relates to the universal creator of all things on one hand, and also being a co-creator, will see how this directly relates to yourself. It is important that you know that your understanding of your relationship to everything determines the comfort or discomfort that you will experience in interacting with other individuals. Today, Wayne and I are assisting ourselves and also you in becoming aware of yourselves and your involvement, which also determines the quality of your relationships. Sexual activity is not only just the touching of male and female genitals. It is also the merging of other subtle bodies of the human anatomy. The interaction of one's emotional, mental, spiritual body, and soul body in many and harmonious ways determines the quality of our relationships. Unfortunately, sexuality has only been identified as the interaction of genitals, and no account on the mental and spiritual level has ever been really explained or even thought about as to the end results of how the physical body, being a direct reflection of the emotional, mental, spiritual, and soul body, will have an effect upon your entire reality on this planet. So Wayne, if you can just share with us what our divine purpose is.
Just to give you, this is in the manual that is on its way to you. What I would like for you to do, as this was inspired, I was sent a gift of a booklet that a friend had sent me. And in the book was, on one page, a passage, something written, and at the bottom it said anonymous. It was called Believe and Be Satisfied. And I read it. It was interesting. And as I have learned to do, I try to look for the truth in everything. Because we don't know where the truth is going to come next. The whole purpose of coming from a center of love is that you're open and ever ready to receive what the universe, what the Creator has for you. It's not a stance of weakness. It's not a disposition of weakness. Just the opposite. It's the mightiest position that we could ever take. Because love is what makes the warrior victorious. It's love that enables the mother to forget the pain of giving life and bond with the child. It's love that causes us to sacrifice and go through what might seem unbearable or something unwanted for the sake of the beloved. So love is a very healing and powerful energy force, and in fact, as we did in the bonding, it's who we are. What I was inspired to do with what I read, which was very narrow, and Spirit said to me, as clear as I'm talking to you, change it, expand it. It's too narrow. Anything that separates is not of God as far as I'm concerned. And what I have attempted to do in my life and in the privilege of working and trying to inspire and help people and also be an example and model for those children who have come through me is that you never stop growing, that even though I may be an adult, I'm still growing. I say to my children all the time, how you doing, Dad? I'm growing. Because, you know, we spend the first 18, 19 years saying, boy, when I become an adult, anything goes. And for the first few years it does, until we begin to learn, as Sister Dr. Jules said, that we have to take responsibility for our actions, don't we? Because whatever life we see before us is the one that we have created. Blame God, didn't it? Hello? There was some doubt about that. Okay. So what I'm about to read to you, and if you choose to, you can close your eyes. You don't necessarily have to, only to receive what I hope and believe very firmly is in it, that Spirit inspired me to expand it so that it served more. And I purposely said adapted from the anonymous because it did not directly come. It was inspired by something, and I wanted to give honor. And let me say one more thing before I go into it. Ego is necessary, but EGO is also an abbreviation for edging God out. So when you seek credit, let your reward be from your Lord, by the insight, the wisdom, and the success that applying the principles that you are sharing and possibly undergoing, making a part of your life, let that be your reward. There's no greater gift than God can give you than the gift of your purpose and who you've been born to be. Do you agree with that? Okay. Divine purpose. Everyone longs to give themselves completely to someone, to have a deep soul relationship with another, thoroughly and exclusively. And God says to the human being, yes, beloved, but not until you are satisfied, fulfilled, and at peace with living love by me alone, faithfully giving yourself totally and unreservedly to me alone, and the purpose for which you were born. My beloved, you must explore and discover where your true nourishment lies, and the many gifts and abilities that you have earned through many lifetimes. First, my precious one, you must read the book of who you are and understand the lessons you are here this time to learn and nourish for the growth of your soul. By doing this, you will experience the maturation that will bring to you all that I have planned for you, destined. I want you to see